Good morning, all. Welcome, Dr. Rama Satish, sir.
Thank you, madam. Yeah.
Good morning to all the students. So, before we proceed with the webinar, I would like to read out the speaker's profile. Dr. Rama Satish is a faculty at RNSIT. He holds an MCA, MPhil, MTech, and a PhD degree. He is a consultant to Among Software Solutions Private Limited and Umpteen Technologies. To read out his experience, that it's huge and enormous. He is a member of Board of Examiners, MCA, during 2019-20 and 2021 at VTU. He was working as assistant professor at RNSIT since 14 years, and he was also a freelance trainer since 2008 for Wipro, IBM, Infosys, IBA, MP, VIM, to name a few. And his research achievements, he contributed a book chapter in the open access book, Information Systems, which is named as Intelligent Information Processing Systems, edited by Dr. Kargi, published by Intech Open Publishers UK. He has published more than 24 research articles in various referred international journals. His area of interest includes web services, cloud computing, and big data processing. His research paper, A New Efficient Cloud Model for Data-Intensive Application, has recorded more than 5,000 downloads during the year 2019. Google Scholar had recognized his research work for having more than 29 citations, including I10 and H-index. He was recognized as RNS Best Teacher Award in the year 2010 and Infosys Faculty Excellence Award during 2016 and 18. He has achieved IBM Mastery Award for Predictive Analytics for 2020 and Business Intelligent Analysis Award for 2018. He has completed a course on Big Data Integration and Processing and Big Data Modeling and Management Systems from University of California, San Diego. We are happy to have you, sir, for today's webinar. Over to you.
Thank you, madam, for that wonderful introduction. So let me share my screen. Okay, sir, I have permission to share my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Yeah. Is my screen visible? Somebody please respond. Is my screen visible? And am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for the confirmation. 1 second. I'm setting up. Yeah. Meanwhile, students, you can ask, interrupt me, ask doubts, as and when you have any clarifications. Yeah. I'm using dual monitors, so I'm just setting up. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, one and all. Welcome to a webinar on database applications using Python and MySQL. More focus on PHP. Before I start today's webinar, let me say what we are going to do. Technical skills. Why do an engineer, why do a student, BE student needs a technical skill? And is it programming mandatory for an engineer? It was a most common question that has been popping in every student's mind, and probably after discussing about that, we'll talk about introduction to database programming languages. Okay, coming on to the skill. Why do technical skill matters? Why a student should have technical skill? Is it really required to have programming at the age of AI and ML? We are moving in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and most of the codes are written by computers itself. Is it required? Is it necessary? This is the biggest question most of the students they ask before they start any programming stuff. But remember one thing, technical skills are very important because of various reasons. One thing is it boosts your confidence level. And technical skill is just like an engineering skill. Any other skill that engineer should possess. The same way, technical skill, programming skill is also a skill that is essential for an engineer. And if you have that technical skill, you can work more efficient. It can boost your confidence, and your existence in the organization, your existing in the company makes more valuable. You'll become a more valuable candidate for employees. And not only that, candidates who has technical skills often has more confidence to do any work. They possess more confidence. And technical skill is very, very important for an engineer. So irrespective of whether you're a computer engineer or a mechanical engineer or civil engineer, the technical skills, programming skills are more and more required, So that is, and in addition, employees, tomorrow you take up placements, you become an employee of some software company. When you become an employee with a very good technical skill, you are doing better and better in terms of multitasking. Your mind is multiple tasking. Today, industry is looking for not monotonous same people. They want people with high capabilities, high skills. One of such skill is your multitasking skill. In order to have multitasking skill, you should know programming very well. Programming is most important. Programming is a skill, and if you are very good at programming, you are good at technical knowledge, and this technical knowledge leads to multitasking in challenging and complex roles. Very, very important. And not only that, with sufficient technical ability, you will be able to speak to your colleagues, your clients more confidently with your specialized expertise. So that is one very important concept that you should have. And majorly after discussing about this, what are the technical skills that I should possess? That pops into your mind. The technical skills is nothing but it is the ability to carry out any task, any technical task in various technology roles. Maybe in engineering, maybe in IT, maybe in mechanical, maybe in science, finance. Every aspect, in everywhere, this technical skill is required. And technical skill is typically nothing but programming skill. That is the first skill that you should gain. If you are very good at programming, you will be very good at your analysis. Later, after you have analysis, you will become expert in that domain. So programming is very, very important for anything. And programming skill is one of the most important skill for engineers. And this is one very important thing that you should understand. And as job hunting becomes more complex, so what happens? Engineers must hold this skill, programming skill. Programming skill is very, very important. And let me ask you a simple question. You can answer in the chat box. Can you identify what is this? Is it a program? Somebody. There are so many, 76 students are there. I want at least one or two. You can answer this in the chat box. What is this? Is it a program? Somebody, please answer. Yes. Yeah, I want some answer from the audience. Audience, kindly answer. Answer in the chat box. Okay. I think, am I audible? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's what sometimes we try to,
So Satish, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, our principal is in the call. I request principal to address the students and this.
Yes, sir.
So,
Namaste.
Namaskara. Very good morning to all of you. My
Morning, sir.
thanks to Dr. Rama Satish, sir, for having accepted our invitation and then giving a lecture today, and particularly for the students' welfare. I think it's really nice. And nice to see you in the morning. I thank Professor Aishwarya and Rajendra for having arranged this particular meeting.
Thank you, sir.
And it's very nice. I think it's quite interactive. And I'll also continue in this entire program. Let me not waste much of your time. And then once again, I thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time. I thank my beloved students also for showing interest in joining for this particular, DBMS interfacing to the programming languages webinar. It's very nice to hear from you, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, thank you. Thank you for your opportunity and blessings. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. I was just asking, and some student has answered. It is a machine program, machine language program. Machine language program. You are rightly said, Latha. It is a machine language program. Normally, whenever we write a machine language program, this program, it is very difficult for any one of us to understand and debug. It's very difficult. Way back in 1950s, these were the programs written by our computer scientists, and they later developed the simplified programming language called ALP, Assembly Language Programming Languages. So these contain some additional English words, and of course, still it was very difficult for the students to understand. Still, today, we are having so many programming languages, and I think this is a very common programming language. C programming language, high-level programming language, compiler-driven programming language. And somebody tell, okay, whether this program, is it reader-friendly? Obviously, no. It is not reader-friendly. Definitely, it will have its own problems because it is not properly aligned. So tomorrow, when you sit with interviews, when you sit in front of interview, if you were asked to write a program, definitely don't write like this program. Even the program is only 4-line program, the readability of the program is not there. You know why? Because of bad formatting. So one very important thing that you should know is your program should be very neatly formatted. Neatly formatted. That is one very important thing. Whether it may be you are answering in Viva, you're answering in examination or in interview, wherever you are, whenever you're writing a program should be neatly formatted. When you neatly format the program, it enhances the readability of the user. Not only user, examiner, your friend, your colleague, your manager, your teacher, anybody who wishes to see this program, it enhances the readability of the program. So neatly typed, neatly arranged, neatly format programs are very, very essential skill inside when you are writing a program. Now, moving on to think, to make machines to do things, what do you mean? So writing a set of instructions, we call it as a program. I think most of you have used high-level language programming languages, that is C and Java and other programming languages. But remember one thing, along with C and Java, there is one technology that is very, very required for today's IT world is your database technology. This database technology, whatever we are working on it, so whatever we are using daily apps, whatever we are using our day-to-day phone calls, or it may be our electricity bill or water bill or petrol, credit card bill, all the transactions, whatever we do, everything is recorded. And data plays a very important role. And in order to keep this data in an organized way, we need database. I think you are already exposed to some of the basic concepts of database, fundamental concepts of database. And today, we are going to understand how this programming skill, the programming languages are going to talk with your database. So, and you need to develop a project also. And at the end of today's seminar, we will be demonstrating how you can build application, database application, by writing a programming interface to a database, and how they can read, how they can transfer the data, how they can work the data. So if you want to achieve something in your engineering career, if you want to make some contribution to the engineering world, your society, definitely programming with the database is very, very important. Very, very important. So we are talking about the programming in terms of if you look at only one machine program, then it is not interesting. Today, your program resides in a server. It resides in a server and it is being accessed by multiple devices. A tab is used, a mobile phone is used, a laptop is used, and a desktop is used, and other devices are used. One program is running in different computers, different devices, different equipments. It is not so easy. There is only one technology. There is only one technology that is driving all these things. That is web technology. You take your laptop, you take your mobile, you take your tab, you take your desktop. Everywhere your internet is browsed through your browser. And inside the browser, you have web technologies that are running. So you can make use of web technology in order to do this. And of course, you might be knowing HTML. HTML is the language that is being used for writing, developing web pages. The same HTML pages we will use along with a programming language called PHP to connect to the server, and from server it will go into interface to database. Inside the server you have your server programs running and your database is also running. Same server program and database, it is being served as a service to multiple devices, multiple equipments. So how to set up a server? Very, very important. Can I make my laptop as server? Yes, obviously you can do. You can make your laptop as a server. Definitely you can do it. How to do it? It's very simple. There is a software called WAMP server. WAMP server, you just Google it, you download it, you can install it on your machine. So I have used very old computer. So let me take you to very old computer, Windows XP. I think most of you have not seen this. I have downloaded WAMP server. You see, I have downloaded WAMP server and I have installed. Once you install, you get an icon here. Look at here. Look at the mouse pointer where I am pointing. This is WAMP server. WAMP server. See, just double click it. It will install. You just double click. It will install. Say next, and say finish. It will automatically install. The beauty of this server is it has MySQL, the database, the PHP, the server programming language called PHP. You know why most of the people prefer PHP? PHP code is very similar to your C programming code. And C program, most of you know in the first semester or second semester itself. So with that knowledge of C language, you can write PHP programs very easily. And PHP is being a server-side program, it can easily talk to your MySQL database. Very easily talk to MySQL database. And you can do wonderful projects. You can develop wonderful applications. Let me discuss all these things a little later. So in order to set up, in order to install, you need WAMP server. When you install WAMP server, 3 components are installed. Apache server, you can see Apache server here. Apache server, MySQL, the database, and PHP. PHP that writes the program, and you can see 3 things. 1, server software. 2, database software. 3, programming software. These 3 gets installed as you install this MySQL. And very, very important. This MySQL database handling is very easy. And I'll tell you why it is very easy, because it is having a specialized program called phpMyAdmin. phpMyAdmin, whereas you can create a table, you can create a database, you can write SQLs very easily by clicking, just selecting and clicking. Very simple database. And remember, beyond all these things, these are all open source. That means you need not have to buy any license. You do not have to spend any money for this. All 3 softwares what we are mentioning here, they are all free softwares. Free. You can use it for free. So that's one very advantageous thing. And you can create web applications very easily. You can see you can create web applications with all these three technologies very easily. Yes, as soon as you install, you can see at the bottom the WAMP server icon. Once you click on the WAMP server icon, what happens? You can see all these menus. So PHP MyAdmin is there, where you can do administration of your database with PHP, and your PHP is installed, Apache server is installed, and MySQL database is installed. You can easily work with it. And apart from this, SQLite, there is one more database called SQLite is being used. You know where SQLite is used? SQLite is used in your mobiles. Tomorrow, if you want to write a program where it has to store data in your mobile database, mobile phone database. That time, if I use this MySQL, it becomes very heavy. Your mobile is a very tiny device, has limitations. But SQLite is one such a database software technology that can sit on your mobile and it can easily handle the database transactions. That is really wonderful technology that is available along with WAMP server. Okay, anyhow, when you explore things, you'll understand all these secrets behind, the technologies behind associated. How to start? Normally, if I want to write a small program, so what I have to do, I have to go to www directory. www directory is a directory where you have all files. You have all the files. Okay, and from this folder, what happens? Your server will give the data to all your clients. Okay, let me create one small application. I create a folder first. I call it as Atria. Atria is the folder. Inside this folder, I create a new file. Let me create a text file. I open a text file. I think most of you are aware. You can write HTML programs. So I write HTML program, HTML. I write title is equal to my first page. I just write close title, and in the body section I write H3 heading 3, welcome to server side database programming. So you can write like this, H3 and close body and close HTML. Close HTML. So while saving, I save it as my first page, first.html. I just save it as HTML file. Yes, it's a HTML file. I saved it. You can see HTML file. You can see it is available. And this is available in Atria and which is available in www. Now, how to access this? Just click on the local host. So this is a program which you can run it in your local machine as well as in remote machine. So this is Windows XP is one of the server where I have set up. Now here I have Atria. Inside Atria, I have my program first.html. I'm running, just running. Okay, it is displaying first page as the title and welcome to database server-side database programming. Yes, this is a welcome message that it has given. And this is running in a local machine where server and client are running. Client is nothing but your browser. Client is your browser. Client and the server are running in the same machine. So that's why it is called a local host. Now, how to run it in a different machine? The same program, I want to run it in a different machine. So first thing is I have to find the IP address. How to find IP address? Very simple. You go to command prompt, run command prompt cmd. Here, just say ipconfig. ipconfig. If you just give ipconfig, oh, it will give the IP address. So the IP address is 192.168.52.130. This is the IP address. So I just mark this IP address and I copy it. Yes, this is the IP address. IP address of the server where the machine where server program is running. So it is acting like, even though it is Windows XP, very old machine, it is acting like a server. Now what I do, I go to my computer. In my computer, I open I open my browser. This is my laptop, Windows 10. In my laptop, just type the IP address and I press enter. As soon as I press enter, okay, yes, my laptop, which is running on Windows 10, is talking to Windows XP machine. Yes. So my laptop is a server, client, and my Windows XP machine is a server. You see? And in that Atria, I'm just going to an Atria project. I'm clicking my first page. Yes, this is playing. Look at that. Title is my first page. It's coming. And welcome to server-side database programming. Yes, it is coming. After you set up all your programs, you have to put it in www folder so that your clients can access. Your clients can easily access. So that is one thing that you should understand. That is one thing that you should understand. Right. And local host is nothing but where your server and client are present. Okay. So you can access that beyond the local host using the server beyond the, in place of local host, you give the IP address in the address bar, it will open the server and you can select the project and you can execute the programs. So that is the thing. Now, it is the program that is running inside the server is PHP. So you should know how to write PHP program. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. Hypertext processor. Its syntax is very similar to your C language. Very similar to C language. I think if you don't know C language, I think at least you should know Java, or at least you might have known Perl. You don't know Perl, you don't know Java, and you know very well C. Yes, it's very similar syntax of C. And it is a very dynamic content. Dynamic content in the sense, the contents are changing. You can change the contents. It's very powerful. And who has built this? Rasmus Lerfo, who is the person who developed this way back in 1994. None of us were, born or literate during this time. We were just born or not born, I don't know. Okay, we were just literates. We are not even studying LKG or UKG. During that time, they have developed this PHP programming language. And PHP, if you want to write PHP program language, you have to write it within these two tags. See, this is one tag, that is open PHP. This is another tag, close PHP. So all your programs you have to write within open and close PHP tags. All programs. And the file name, you should store it .php. This is the file name extension. Normally C program, what you do, .c you will store. C++ .cpp you will store. .java for Java program. .sh for shell program. So just like that, all your PHP programs, you have to save it as .php. Okay, let me take you to another demonstration. Just open a new file. I write HTML. Of course, HTML is the main tag where it has to work. Body, inside the body. Okay, I close body. This is the, okay, close HTML, right? And you have the title. Inside the title, I give it as this is my second, or this is my first PHP program. And you know very well, you have a question mark and PHP. This indicates this is the starting, and question mark and greater than. So all your PHP programs you have to write here. All your programs you have to write here. And in shell programming, the variables you use it. I think in the Unix shell, most of you are learning shell programming, Unix programming, right? All the variables will have dollar symbol. Yes, here also same. Dollar, we will use dollar, and dollar message MSG is equal to welcome to PHP programming. I'm just giving the message. And remember, at the end of each line, just like in C, you are putting semicolon, same way here also semicolon. And you can write echo $MSG. Echo $MSG, you can certainly give. So as soon as you give, it is done. Now, while saving, save as, you can save it as first.php. You can save it as first.php. You can save it as first.php. Okay, as soon as you save it as PHP, it is available. You can see this is a first.php. It's a PHP program, PHP file. It's not HTML file, but inside this PHP, you have the HTML tags along with these PHP tags. So all your PHP script, PHP code, you have to write here. And remember, don't forget to put semicolon. Don't forget to put semicolon inside your PHP code. And right away, I open my local host and I come to Atria. I click on first.php. As soon as I click first.php, the program executes and the message is displayed. Echo message. You can certainly give echo message here directly. You can certainly give it and you can save it. Yes, it is available. I just browse through it, sorry. Yeah, first.php. You will get the program. The message is being displayed. Same thing, I can go to my client machine also, and here also first.php. I can just type it. As soon as I type first.php, the message is being displayed. It's being displayed. So this is PHP program. It is being executed and displayed. Okay. Inside this, you can certainly, if you don't want all these things, still you can write, and you can display it. You can display. So this is the open tag, open PHP and close PHP. All your code you have to write within open PHP and close PHP, and you should save it. And if you just run it, so you will get welcome to PHP programming, that message. The same thing, this is running in local machine, and I am taking it to server client. Yes, client machine also it is displaying. Welcome to PHP programming. Yes, it is correct. It's running like this. Further, look at the same thing. MyWhere. MyWhere is nothing but it's a variable that is being used. Same way, yeah, you can write it within the tags and you can save it. You can execute it. Same way you can write the HTML codes. You can write echo and you can execute it. So it works. Now, variables. All variables should have dollar symbol. Any variable that you are creating is a dollar symbol. You can also create a pointers to a variable. Here pointers are called references. And how to create reference? You can certainly write $bar is equal to address of $foo. So that means foo and bar will have the same value. So this is refer. They refer to the same memory location. Here the content of foo is stored in bar. It's stored in bar. So it's just like that. Along with this variables, you also have some built-in variables. What are these built-in variables? You just go back to your code and you just see there is one link called PHP info. If you just click on PHP info, these are all the PHP built-in variables available. Look at here. HTTP host, HTTP connection, HTTP upgrade, HTTP user, HTTP accept. So what is the server that you are using? What is the path, the server path? And what is the IP address of the server? What is the port number? Port number is 80. You can see server port number is 80. Server address is 80. What is the server name? If you have any name for the server, you can directly give. So, and you can see all server information. These are all variables that are available. So you can certainly display this server underscore address. You can certainly write it in your programs. You can write it in your programs directly like this. I can take it to this program. Yes. Inside this, along with the echo message, I can also write echo straight away this server address, $server address. $server address is nothing but the address, IP address, the address of that particular thing. So I will write after this message a BR. BR is nothing but it's a break. New line character. It comes to the new line character. So I can certainly write here. Okay, the server address is. You can see. I can certainly write server address. As soon as I write server address, so what happens? It displays the server address. So server address. Sorry, server address is. And dot is for concatenation operation. It is for concatenation operation. I can certainly do it. So I can write it. So you can see server address ADDR, and you can also use PHP info. There is a function called PHP info. You can call PHP info also. PHP info. So when you call PHP info, it will call to the PHP information and it will be displayed. So it's just like that. So I can either give single quotes or double quotes. So both are referring as a string. So you can see I'm just running. Yes. The server address, it is displaying, and PHP info is displaying the information, entire PHP information. You can see the server address. You can certainly display server address, $server address, $server name. You can certainly give $server name also. So remember, the built-in variables will have capital letters, and it is being displayed like this. You can see the PHP information is displayed. So that's about the variables. And moving further, PHP info when you give, so it will give all the information about your server, the built-in variables, the entire configuration variables it will display. And you can also do operations, various operations like plus for arithmetic operation, minus, star, division, modulus, and string concatenation, that is dot operator. Dot operator you can certainly write. Beyond all these things, you also have bitwise operators like AND operator, OR operator, XOR operator, negation operator, left shift operator, right shift operator, bitwise operators. Same way, comparison equal to operator, identity operator checks for the address as well as the value. If both address and values are same, then identity operator will say it is true. In equality operator, only the value is checked. Not equal to, not identical, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, comparison operators. See, these operators that we see in C programming, the same thing it repeats here also. And you also have increment operator as well as decrement operator. Plus plus the variable name, so it will increment the values, and same way minus minus also. So which will increment the values, and you can certainly do it. You can certainly, do it. So that's the thing. And you can also use logical operators to combine two expressions, relation expressions. AND operator, OR operator, XOR operator, NOT operator, and these are all the operators that we have seen in C program. Same operators are available in PHP also. I just want to bring to your kind notice that C program codes are very similar to your PHP codes. And you can also write if statement, else statement, else if statement, while statement, do while statement, for statement, break, continue, switch. All these things are one and the same. See, here is one very important statement: if a statement and switch statement. If a statement, if I is equal to 0, then equal to I is equal to 1, it says it is equal to 1. If it is 2, it is 2. Same way, you can also write switch statements like this. You can see switch case. Same, the syntax is one and the same. C program syntax, PHP program syntax is absolutely fine. The advantage is in PHP program, what happens? You are able to run your PHP program through internet. So you can run across multiple devices. Even my mobile phone, I can certainly use it to access to that page and I can run. That's the beauty of PHP, right? And very important, arrays. Arrays you can create. Array is nothing but it's a collection of elements with similar data type. Yes, you can also have. Look at here, my array. It's an array. Method is used to create array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same way you can also create. And if you have a string like this, pizza is equal to a string, parcel space piece 1 space piece 2 piece 3 piece 4 piece 5 piece 6. It's a string. If you say explode, what happens? It divides based on the, it splits based on the space, divides based on the space, and stores it into pieces. Pieces is an array. It's just like that. You can create. Either you can use explode or you can use array to create an array. And arrays are list or list of lists. You can also have list of lists, list of lists. So nested arrays also you can have it, and you can certainly handle them. And you can access the array contents. You can access the array contents using for each statement. So let me take you this example. So before I go into this particular example, let me. Okay, sorry. Let me open my browser. Yeah, let me go to the server. Inside the server, in the first itself. So what I'll do, I'll just create an array. So it is colors, $colors is equal to array of, you can see red, you can write blue, you can write green. Yeah, I'm just creating an array. I'm creating an array. Yes, it's an array colors. Now, what you have to do, you have to, if you want to display the first element, you can say echo. I can certainly write colors of 0. This is printing the first element. It is, you can display it. Colors of 0, you can display. And you want the second element also to be displayed, you can certainly say $colors of 1. So that means you are accessing each element. You're accessing each element with the help of what we call the index. I'm just saving it. I'm refreshing this. You can see red and blue are displayed. You can see red and blue are displayed. Suppose I want to display, if there are only few elements, you can display like this. But if I am having a lot of elements, green, I'll write yellow, I'll write saffron. Okay, saffron. Okay, and it's just like that. Now I can certainly write for each, for each is one word, for each dollar colors as $C. So $C will hold the first color in the first loop, and the second color in the second loop, third color in the third loop. So every time what you do, echo, you can certainly write $C, and you can give a space, or you can give a BR tag, so that all colors are displayed in one next lines, and you can close the for loop. You can certainly write like this. You can close the for loop. So you can save it. You can save it. I will save it. Save, and I can refresh this. So what happens? Blue, green, yellow, saffron. See, all colors are displayed. So for each has been used to do it. So same thing in my Windows machine also. I can certainly refresh. Look at here, 192.168.52. Same thing. If I just do it, I also get. Okay, I refresh. Okay, and here I'll go to Atria, and I'll try to first start. See, I am getting all the colors. So I am able to access based on the array, based on the array elements. I am able to do it. I'm able to do it. So that is based on the array elements. Now, associative array. Associative array is a special array where you have key value. This is a key. This is a key, and this is a value. So you are not able to access the array elements based on the what we call the index. Instead of index, you can use the keys. You can use keys. So it is a special array where the index you are going to give. So tires is equal to 100, oil is equal to 10, and spark plug is equal to 4. So something just like that. So if you want to display, you can see price of oil is equal to 10. You can print it. Price of oil, you can certainly display. So this will display echo when you say it will display 10. So it is just like that. So that is associative array. Associative array is also one kind of array. It is very helpful. See, these arrays we will be using, these basic concepts we'll be using while we are connecting to database. And of course, you can also have multidimensional array within an array, you can certainly have. So where a multi-ID is the name of the array, look at here, this multi-ID is the name of the array. And inside this, you have fruit array, you have numbers array, you have holes array. Okay. Suppose I want to access multi-ID. Inside that, I want to access fruit. Inside that, I want to access yuck. So I'm accessing multi-ID. Inside that, fruits. Inside fruits, I'm accessing yuck. So yuck is nothing but it's banana. So banana gets printed. So you can have multi-dimensional array like this. You can have multiple array. Same way, you can also use to get the data from the file. If you want to read data from the file, you can certainly say file, just file. If you say file and the path, entire path you just give, automatically the entire contents are stored in the array as an array into pizza, and you can certainly print it. So same thing, I can demonstrate it here. I'll go to your server machine. Okay, here this is the server machine. Inside this, what I'll do, before this, I'll create a new file. I just type it, all the colors name, red, all in capitals, blue, green, yellow, orange, white, black. Yeah, I save it as color.html. Yes, color.txt. Yes, I save it as color.txt. So color.txt file is there. So now what I'll do, I'll open another file. I just call it as read.php. Yes, read.php. I just open the read.php. What I'll do, I just take out everything. I just say dollar array, dollar colors, dollar C, COLORs, colors is equal to, I can certainly say file. File is nothing but it is a reading. So name of the file is colors.txt. That is the name of the file. So we have just seen the file here itself. You can see colors, color. It's not colors, it is color.txt. And this is available in the current directory. Yes, that's why I just give like this. So I just open the file and all the contents are stored into colors. And you can write for each statement. For each statement we have already written here. So same thing, I just copy it and I paste it here so that for saving of time, it will be very easy. So for all colors as C, you are just displaying all the colors that are there inside this color file. I just save this. I just save this file and name of the file is read. So read.php, I certainly give read.php. As soon as I read.php is done, so what happens? It is reading all the colors. It is reading all the colors. So you can certainly see read.php. It is reading all the colors from the file. So read.php. As soon as I give, so it is reading the colors. You can see, just refresh it. Yeah, read.php. It is reading all the colors. Yes, it is reading all the colors that are there. Blue, green, yellow, saffron. So all the colors are just reading it. So this is from colors.txt file. It is reading and it's just displaying. So that's about the PHP basics. Now we shall move on to database connectivity. In order to connect to database, first thing you should create access to database. Access to database. So access to database is nothing but this is actually the server. This is the username of the server, and this is the password of the server. So this username, password is and server IP address, it is available here. You can see MySQL Connect is the function that generally connects your database to PHP program. You can see for this you have to have a server name, you have to have the username, you have to have the password. So that is the thing. And once you are connected to a server, you have to select the database. In that server, you will be having a lot of databases. Out of all those databases, what database is essential? What database is required for development? So that one you have to take, that one you have to consider. So you have to use MySQL select database. Yes, you have to select. So the database is here. You can see a store. Stores is my database. Okay, I'm just connecting. And when I use a connector, so what happens? There is a connection pointer created here, and this connection pointer is called my dollar connection. And using that dollar connection, I can connect to my select the database. If it is successful, there is no problem. If you want to close the connection, MySQL close. You can certainly give the connection, dollar connection. It will closes the connection. That's the easiest way. And in case if you find any error, if you face any problem, so what happens? It will die with error. So this is die is nothing but it displays the error message and halts the program. Or you can certainly give the error number and you can give the error message. You can certainly use this for connecting the database. So now what we will do, we'll just go to our program. Okay, here inside Atria folder, I create another file called database connect, dbconnect.php. This is the program. Inside this dbconnect, what I'll do, I'll write the same code that we were just using it. Okay. Yeah, we are just using it. Just use the connection. You can see. Yeah, same thing we were just writing it. So same thing, I'll just use it. Yeah, here I say dollar connection con is equal to MySQL underscore connect. Name of the server is localhost, because the server where my PHP program is running and the database is also there, and username is root. I can certainly give root is the username, and I have not given any password to this system, so it is empty. Now let us see phpMyAdmin. I'll just go to phpMyAdmin. So as soon as I click phpMyAdmin, it's open. Yes, you can see it's open. There are databases. MySQL is a database, information schema is a database, RNSIT is a database. Now I will create one more database called Atria. Atria is another database I created. Okay, as soon as I create, yes, I can also create a table inside this. Name of the table is student. Student is the table, and it has two things, two fields. One is USN, another one is name. USN is a character, varchar I can certainly do. Name is USN maximum is 10 characters. Name I can give it as 30 characters. And come down and say save. table is created. You can see inside Atria, I have a table. Inside Atria, I have a table called student, and in student, I have, two elements. I have two elements, USN and name. Two fields, USN and name. So easily created. I have not typed any one single line of SQL. Without using SQL, you can create. And of course, this will be very helpful in your projects. For your lab examination and all, you have to learn SQL. That is mandatory. SQL is mandatory. For developing projects, click and drag and drop is very simple. So I have. So in my program, what I do, I have done like this. Now I have connected to the server. Now I want to select MySQL underscore select underscore DB. DB is nothing but database. Name of the database is Atria. Atria is my database. Yes, Atria is my database. And if it is successful, what it will do, it will display an echo message. Connection successful. Connection successful. It will display a message. And finally, you can say MySQL close. So to close the connection. Close the connection, MySQL close. $con. $con is nothing but it's a connection. $connection. Yes. You can certainly do it. $connection. Easily, it is done. So now I save this, and in my local host, what I do, I just go to the same stuff server. So DB connect is there. As soon as I click, connection successful. So I did not get any error stating that connection is successful. Now, after establishing the connection, next thing is how to store CRUD operations. Create is done, read and write, execute, update, we will do it. So, yeah. Yeah. Shubhashri, kindly mute yourself. Shubhashri, kindly mute yourself. Shubhashri? Yeah. Thank you, Shubhashri. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll see how we can store data and retrieve data. So in case of any errors, what happens? It will generate error. We have not got any error, so it connected successfully. Yes, no problem. How to execute, how to store and execute. I write my query like this. You can see select star from the vines. Here in our example, select star from student table. And whatever the data that I have, I can certainly display it. I can certainly display it. I can certainly store it. Yeah. So always, whatever the data that I get, the result will be stored in the query, and from the query you can certainly display all the contents. Select star from vines. So all the records of vines table will come and store it in array called query, and from query, so you can display each one, every one by one. You can certainly display one by one. So, and you can also write the condition where binary is equal to $binary. Binary is nothing but the specific condition. If you want to put, you can where class also you can certainly use. And executing the query is MySQL query. If you say MySQL query, that's done. You can execute it. And same thing, we can do it in our program also. What we'll do after database connection. So before database connection, what I'll do, I'll go to student, and I try to add records to it. So I can just insert. I can certainly insert some data into it. So I enter one atria 8019 CS 001 and name is Abdul, and I say go. One record is inserted. Yeah, one record is inserted. You can see same way. You can insert another record. One RN 20 CS 001. I can call it as Suma. I can say okay, done. Okay, it's inserted. Now if you just click on this, these are the two records that are already there. These are the records that are already there. So you can certainly, now same thing I want to display it in my program. So I come here. Before I close the connection, what I'll do, I'll say query is equal to $Q. I say $Q is equal to, certainly I say select star from student. Student is the name of the table, so it has to select. And I want to execute the MySQL. Of course, if I want to execute MySQL query, MySQL underscore query 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 $Q. $Q also I can write, or I can certainly store this entire thing. I can store entire thing inside this. So wherein I can reduce my line of code. So number of lines I can reduce. Okay. Now this result is storing in somewhere. I'm storing the result. I'm storing in some result data set. You can see I'm storing it in some result data set. Yeah. I'm storing in a result, $result. I'm storing in result. LT result. Yes. Now, the entire, after executing this query, the result, entire data result is stored in a variable called result. Now, I can certainly, echo number of records is equal to, I can certainly say MySQL underscore num underscore rows of $result. When I say this, it will display how many records are there in this result. After executing this query, what were the number of records? What were the number of records that it encountered? That information it will be holding. Yes, you can see it is having only 2 records. So anyhow, I have to use BR tag in front of this, or I can use BR tag at the end. BR tag at end. Yes. So when I do this, what happens? Connection was successful, and there were 2 records. And what were these records? If you want to see how many, what are the data that you have, so you can certainly use for statement for $n is equal to 0, $n is less than, that is MySQL underscore number of rows. That means it should be, the loop should execute only the total number of records that it has. Beyond, if you have 2 records and if you loop it for 3 times or 5 times, then it will create a error. So that is the reason we are using the MySQL number of rows. So when we use number of rows, so what happens? It becomes very easy for us to understand. So you can see every time you can fetch a row, $row, $row is equal to mysql underscore fetch underscore array. From array, that is $result, I can SULT, I'm fetching one row, and after fetching one row, I have to give the curly braces open and curly braces close. After I fetch row, so what happens? I can display echo $row of 0. $row of 0, when I give $row of 0, that means the USN is printed, and you can give space, and you can also say row of 1. So to print the name, and after this you can certainly have a BR. So BR is nothing but it's a break. It's a break. So that's very important, and after that you can close it. As soon as you connect, you run this. Okay, I missed somewhere the line number. Okay, view status bar, 14th line. Yes, somewhere I missed. Yeah, dollar is missed here. That is where it is showing error. So I just save it and I refresh, run it. You can see number of rows, user defined constant number of rows assumed. Okay, result result RESULT. Okay, okay, fetch number of rows. So number of rows $result I have not used. Yes. So as soon as I run, see first number of rows, Atria, first student, Abdul, second student, Suma. So data is displayed. And after this, I have not printed a BR tag. So that's the reason it is coming in the same line. So BR tag. BR tag is bringing the contents to the next line. So I save it. As soon as I run this, I get it. You can see they are displayed. So this is how you can do it. Instead of select, if I say insert into query here, insert into query student, I can certainly write insert into student, and you can certainly say values, and you can give the values, that is one Atria 20 CS 002, and you can certainly write the second student as Akshay. Okay, so second student information also you can certainly write like this and save it. As soon as you run this, now you are not reading the data, you are just storing the data. So all these things I just removed, I save it. When I do this, automatically what happens? I save it, I refresh it. Automatically the data gets loaded, data gets stored. So in the student, you see Akshay 002 is available. You see, I have stored this Akshay information from the program. Same way, I go to the program, I just say 003, CS003, Akanksh. So 03 is Akanksh. And as soon as I run this program, what happens? Akanksh data is also available. You can see Akanksh. See, like this, dynamically, you can certainly display it. And now I'll make this comment by using double quotes, and I display. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, I can certainly give displaying of message. So this is how you can store the data. This is how you can retrieve the data from the database. In display and retrieve the database. So now, after doing this storing and retrieval, so let us look into a small project. Let us look into running. Yeah, fetching the data. You can fetch the data. You can print it by using the loop. You can certainly use, or you can certainly use the field names directly to read the contents. And after that, you can certainly have whether it is empty or not. You can certainly check it out. And inserting into database, yes, same thing. So whatever it is, MySQL query is the function that is used to execute the query. So similarly, you can also do an updation of records. Same way, we'll just see one case study. This is a small project. One of my student has done it. So it's a small project. One of my student has done it. So let me take you to this one. And before I exactly tell what is exactly happening inside the project. So first, let me show you where exactly the project is. Project is present inside. See, the project is Sailor. Sailor is the project. So now I run this on a computer where Windows 10 in my machine. I just run it. The server is running. Server is holding that project. I'm running in my computer. So just giving, and it is connecting to the server. And once it connects to server, Sailor is this one. As soon as I say Sailor, so you can see certainly it's a database application development webinar is there. Sailor, it has 4 modules. One is Sailor data entry. You can enter the Sailor data. Same way you can enter the ship data and you can reserve. There are so many ships, so many sailors. So Sailor you can engage attached to a ship, and with the same dates you can certainly do it, and you can reserve. Once the data, reserved data is stored into database, you can say report. Report, when you say report, it will display all the data that are there in Sailor table. It will have in ship table and the Sailor ship reservation. How exactly Sailor and ship they reserved. So this is using, it's a case study that you can certainly have it. Now, how exactly this is working? Let me show. First, let me show reports. There are 5 sailors. You can see 5 sailors. So many sailors are there. I'll create one more sailor. So sailor ID is 1005. And if I say 1005 and if I give some data and sailor city is Bangalore, if I say 1004 is already available. So primary constraint is working. So I have made my sailor ID as the primary key. Since I have made sailor ID as primary key, what happens? It is not allowing my duplicate entries. You can see 004 is already available, so it is not taking. So I have to create 006. So 1006 I can certainly give, and I can give it as Manju, and he is from Kolar. As soon as I type and I submit, yes, done. You can see Manju data is available. Manju is a sailor available. And same way, you also have ship data entry. Ship, there are so many ships available. Let us see reports. So there are 7 ships available, and I can create 1008. 108 is the key ship I can certainly have. 108, and the ship name is Atria Sailor. Atria Sailor, yes. And ship city is Bangalore. Okay, yes, area sale is available, and it is available. You can see its capacity is 0. You can modify. You can modify that. Okay, now I will reserve the 006 ship. Sailor is a captain to ship 008 on 17th, that is tomorrow. I reserve this. Yes, it is reserved. So it is reservation is possible, and reservation is successful. Yes. See, these are the reservations that have happened already. 1512, there is one reservation happened. 1512 and 17 is one reservation. So on 17th, both are booked. The ship is also booked. The sailor, captain is also booked. So you cannot use the same ship or same sailor on the same day for different booking. Now go to reserve again. I take 1006, but I'm trying to, ship ID is different. Now, if I say it on 100 on 17th, see, already 1006 is already reserved, and I'm trying to duplicate it. It is not allowing. So you can see 1006 is already reserved on this day. So reservation is not possible. This is the message it is giving. So data is not possible to reserve. So this is a simple case study, simple program, simple project student can do. Similarly, you can also do online room booking. Okay, if a room is booked to a particular person, it cannot be booked on the same date. You can just do it. Or taxi booking. You can do many such applications. Hope you have understood how this is working. Okay. If I want to show how exactly it is working, yes, it's very simple. Have used the Sailor database. Yes, Sailor database is here. You can see. So inside this, very important, store Sailor, where I'm creating a connection. You can see I'm establishing the connection, and I'm selecting the database as RNSIT. I'm reading the data from the text boxes SID, SNAME, and SCT, and I'm storing that data using these variables SID, SNAME, SAddress. From this data, I'm storing into the Sailor table. And later, what I'm doing, after the insertion is successful, what I'm doing, I'm displaying, select star from Sailor, I'm displaying all the contents. I'm displaying all the contents. I'm putting into a table. Since I'm putting into a table, so it becomes very easy for me to understand how exactly things are going to happen. So this is what is a Sailor storage. Same way, ship store also same way. Ship also I'm reading the text box. I'm storing into a ship. I'm reading from all the contents, and I am displaying. So this is also ship contents. Once after sailing and storing, Sailor and ship storage is done. Next, reserve. Reserve is very simple. You get the connection, you get the ship ID, you get the Sailor ID, and you get the date, requested date. And if from the reserve date, if it is already there, what happens? It will not store. That means it will not store, because I made it as the ship ID and Sailor ID along with the date as the composite key. Composite key, I think you know, it is combination of 3 fields. The composite key is a primary key, which is a combination of. So if it is already there, what happens? The query execution will not happen, and it results in 0. If it is more than 0, that means it is already reserved. It is already reserved, and you will display error message. If it is not 0, what happens? Successful. What happens? You will display the successful message. If it is not executed, then it will get, and reservation is possible, and that reservation details are displayed here. So this is about the reservation system for sailor and ship. And sailor case study, I have taken it from the textbook Raghu Ramakrishnan. It's the same textbook that I have taken it. And lastly, before I go on to Python, Python is again another booming technology. In this Python, if I want to work with the database, I have to install this package. So pip I have to upgrade. I have to install a package called MySQL, PyMySQL. After installing a package, what I have to do, I can write database programs. Python program can talk to database. I can do it with the standalone system. I can do it with a database server. I can do it with web application. I can certainly do it. So I can do it, all these things. 1 second, sorry. Yes, sir. So we can do it with the standalone system, server-based system, or web application system. So let us see how exactly standalone system. So we have name, roll number, fee as fields, and make roll number as primary key. So what we are doing, we are creating SQLite. SQLite is another database with work with Python. We're connecting to database, and once you connect to database, you create a cursor, and then cursor.execute. The queries you can execute directly like this. Create a table, so and so, student table with the name, roll number, and roll number as the primary key, and fee as decimal, and you can insert the data value, and you can display it. You can commit, and you can select star from the student, and you can fetch all. You can close. The same program, I can demonstrate it. I'll take you to the server. Here I have a Python idle. Python idle is loading. So inside Python idle, I have written a program. I've written a program. In that program, what it will do, it will execute this program, and it will create a table and stores the data into that table and displays the data. So it is taking time. We'll come back in a short while. Okay, we'll move on to the second program. Second program is to search in the database. So this is another thing. So there is a database called SDC database. Inside that you can search. You can see, you can create a SQLite, you can create database connection, then you can create a cursor, and cursor is very important for operation. So select star from student where roll number is equal to SR. SR is nothing but searching roll number. So whatever the data that you have, it will be taken here, and it will be searched. And once you get the search, you fetch all the data, and if it is empty, no element found. If it is not empty, then you print the data. Print the data. Yes, and finally close it. So this is searching, storing and searching. Okay, it's done. You can see. So I just delete the database, which is already there. Now what I do, I open DB4. Okay, this is searching. DB2 is entering. Sorry, DB2 is nothing but yeah. You can see here, I'm creating a database called stc.db. I'm creating a table, and inside the table, I'm storing two values, Dravid and Sachin. Their roll numbers, their fees details, I'm storing. And after executing it, I'm committing, I'm retrieving all the data. You can see earlier there is no database here. As soon as I run this code, just click on run this code. What happens? The database gets stored into, you can see sdc.db just came, and inside the database you have Dravid data and you have Sachin data. You have Sachin data, you have Dravid data. Yes. So this is the program to create, insert, and retrieve. Crude operation. All three operations you can do it. There is one more program where you are searching for a record. Okay. I'm just clearing it off. Yeah, I'm just clearing it off. Now, I run this program, searching program. As soon as I run this, it is asking the roll number. 15CV021 is the roll number. And as soon as I press enter, what happens? The roll number 21, it got and it displayed. Yes. What was the name? What was the roll number? What was the field? Same program, I rerun it. And I'm typing, it's 22. 22 data is not there in the database. So it is saying element not found. So like this, you can do a searching operation, you can reserve operation, you can do multiple, checking. All these database operations you can do with your PHP as well as Python. Python is also another very simple programming language. So that's what before I have demonstrated the project. Okay, now I'm open for questions. Anybody has any questions? You're most welcome to ask your, clarify your doubts. I'm open for questions. And if there is no question, yeah. Sonali, you have any question? Yeah, it's open. Anybody can ask any question. Okay, if there is no question, you can always write to me. Okay, you can always write to me at ramasatish.k.v@rnsit.ac.in. This is my email ID. And thank you for your patience listening. Thank you for the opportunity. If anybody has any question, I'm open to it. Or else I'm done with. Thank you, Rajendra sir and Aishwarya madam for giving me opportunity. I thank Atria team also for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you, sir. Bye.